Anybody that trusted Peter Obi, with whatever he says, meaning that that person is trusting the ability, of Satan to prepare dinner, will now invite Jesus Christ and the disciple to come and dine with him. So we are not going to trust him, because it is impossible for Satan to now be preaching to people, come and take dinner. Jesus, come with your disciple. There are two parallel lines that can never meet. So Obi cannot be telling Nigerians that, oh, don't worry, I will do one single time. When that Benicio, with his own mouth, that he will die inside Africa, he's not going to live, praising Ojuku Kemba, that respected Igbo leader. But today, where is Peter?
The term of a president or a governor is 4 years. 4 years. The constitution was direct. He said the president, after spending 4 years in office, vacates his office. At times, politicians behave as if they don't have any job. So when somebody says he's going to spend only 4 years, he simply stated a constitutional provision. So the issue here is this. If you say you want to contest one term, that is your own idea. That is your own opinion. You are entitled to it. In Nigeria and in some African countries, where elections are deemed not to be free and fair, that's where you have all these unnecessary arguments.
Who else do you think would defeat Ashwaju in 2027? Who? Peter Obi? That was on your program, saying he wants the North to support him and trust him. In the same program, he is celebrating building breweries in Anambra State and being the biggest importer of alcohol. And he wants the North to vote for him. We will vote for a president that will import alcohol in the North.
Peter saying that he will do 4 years, I think it is sacrosanct. It's by all standards in Nigerian politics, is a very honest person, a good Christian. He doesn't talk from both sides of his mouth. So I believe him that he will do it in 4 years. Anybody. If you discuss, I would like people to have him on television on this Arise platform. And if you listen to him, you will see and believe that he will do everything he wants to do, maybe not 100%, in 4 years. That's what the Constitution presupposes, that if they felt that you can't do most things you have pledged to do in 4 years, they would have said, giving it 5 or 6 years. So Peter hasn't said anything out of point. It's his belief that in 1 year you should be able to do proper analysis, even before you come into office. Do a proper analysis for what your vision is and how to implement that vision. The only thing that people have a vision of stealing money, and all the time they are thinking of how to steal that money.
Peter Obi is set to run for presidency once again in 2027. When he ran for president in 2023, he sparked a movement, a groundswell of young voters, reform-minded Nigerians, and citizens desperate for a new kind of leadership. But now, there is an idea, a quiet one, controversial idea that is circulating based on the statement made by Peter Obi. Peter Obi wants to serve only one term, not 8 years, not 2 terms, just 4 years. A man on a mission to fix Nigeria, and after which he steps aside after 4 years. Now the question, was it real? The promise, was it a smart strategy? And most importantly, can Nigeria be fixed in 4 years? That's the big question. This is the untold story of Peter Obi's one-term promise and the uncomfortable truth about how much time it really takes to rescue a failing nation like Nigeria. Let's start with the facts. Peter Obi himself said it. I only want to do 4 years, that is one term, in private meetings with elites, traditional rulers, and some political stakeholders, and even in public gatherings. He reportedly said, one term. It was meant to sound selfless, efficient, focused, like a reformer who wasn't hungry for power, just results. The logic. 4 years is enough to prove leadership. It would give the Southeast its due, and it would reassure suspicious power blocs that Obi wouldn't clinch to office. But here's the twist. Obi is still confirming it till date that he is only set to do 4 years. Strong words, but not a binded promise, not a signed document, not a manifesto pledge. this is to some a political poetry. To understand why this promise matters, you have to understand what Obi was up against. Nigeria is not a normal country. It is a broken machine. A machine where over 1 million Nigerians live in poverty, where 133 million are classed as multidimensionally poor. The naira is collapsing. Inflation keeps rising. Corruption is institutional. Insecurity is widespread. Education is underfunded. Healthcare is comatose. And yet we ask, can one man fix all of these in 4 years? To be honest, it is a difficult answer to give. Maybe yes, maybe no. But that's not the point. Because Obi's idea was never about fixing everything. It was about starting something that could not be stopped. Laying a foundation, installing systems, changing culture. That is what could be done in 4 years, Obi promises. Let's imagine Peter Obi becomes president in 2027. He walks into Aso Rock with a clean mandate. No godfathers, no cabals, just expectations. What could he realistically do in 4 years? 1. Budget reform. He could overhaul how Nigeria spends money, remove waste, digitalize procurement, and end padded budgets. 2. Fiscal discipline. He could end fuel subsidies, just like the president has already done. Rechannel funds to health, education and infrastructure. Raise revenue by blocking leakages. 3. Civil service restructure. Enforce meritocracy. Cut ghost workers and automate operations. 4. Power sector intervention. Break monopolies. Encourage local and foreign investment. Provide off-grid energy for rural communities. And 5. Education and healthcare funding. Raise teachers' salaries. Invest in tech-driven classrooms. Build primary healthcare centers across local government areas of the country. And above all, restore public trust in leadership. 4 years may not be enough to fix Nigeria, but it's enough to prove that governance works. Now, let's flip the script. What could stop Obi from succeeding in just one term? Number 1. Institutional resistance. Nigerians' institutions are designed to resist reform, and real change threatens the interests of the powerful. 2. Political sabotage. From National Assembly delays to court injunctions, the system could frustrate even the boldest leaders. 3. Impatient public. Nigerians want fast results, but meaningful change takes time. 4. Economic headwinds. Global oil prices, dollar volatility, and debt obligations can derail the best economic plans. 5. Security crisis. From Boko Haram to banditry to IPOP tensions, the security portfolio is too heavy to fix overnight. Even the best intentions 4 years may feel like 4 months in Nigerian's politics. And then comes a hard decision. Does Obi step down or seek a second term to finish the work? Let's say Obi sticks to the one-term idea. He delivers progress, wins public trust, restores hope. Then what? He leaves. What happens to the reform, to the policies, to the system? Because in Nigeria, continuity is not guaranteed. The next president might reverse his policies, sack his reform teams, reintroduce subsidies, bring back the old ways. So the real question becomes, is one term truly enough to protect progress? Many now argue Obi must plan for 8 years to ensure the reforms take root, because one term may win the battle, but 2 terms may win the war. The 2027 race is already taking shape, and Peter Obi is in the conversation. But will he campaign with the same message? Will he still hint at a one-term agenda, or will he shift strategy? Political observers believe that he may repackage the idea. I will do in 4 years what others failed to do in 8. And if the people want more, we will decide together. That way, he stays consistent but flexible, because Nigerians are not looking for a slogan. They are looking for a solution. And if Obi remains that solution in the eyes of the voters, then whether it is 4 or 8 years, the mission continues. Unfortunately, the question is not about how long Obi serves. It is about what he leaves behind. A leader is judged not only by time, but by impact. If Obi can do these three things: build strong institutions, set Nigeria on a growth path, inspire a generation of ethical politicians, then history would judge him kindly, even if it was just one term. But if he fails to start anything meaningful, if the system swallows him whole, then one term or two won't matter, because failure has no expiration dates. Let's be clear, Nigeria cannot be fixed in 4 years, but it can be saved, truly. It can be redirected, reawakened, rewired, and that is what Obi supporters believe that he can do. A one-term promise may be idealistic, it may even be dangerous, but it is bold. And in a country where leaders feel letting go of power, boldness is a refreshing currency. So now I ask you, can Obi truly fix Nigeria in 4 years? Should he stick to a one-term promise? Or should he go the full 8 years to complete the mission? What do you think? You can as well drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear from every region, every youth, every political tribe, and every Nigerian. Your opinion on Obi's one term. And if you believe that Nigeria deserves real reformers, not rulers, then like this video, share it, and subscribe for more deep dives into Nigeria's political reality. This isn't just content. This is a conversation, and together we can keep it alive. Thank you so much for watching this video on Frank Speaks. See you.